everybody, welcome to Poli Games. I'm your host Joseph, and today we're going to talk about Nintendo's paradoxical console that is the Nintendo 2DS. And a lot of people, ever since its announcement, has asked this question as to why? Why make a new hardware revision so late in the console's lifespan? Why continue the 3DS at all? The Switch is doing so great. We should begin to really phase out the 3DS and really make the Switch that unified console we all kind of dream of. But as we all know, Nintendo, they don't necessarily do what we want. So instead, I looked at it through a business lens of why Nintendo would want this system and why they would want to prolong the 3DS's lifespan. So let's get right into it. First things first is the 3DS is still a very successful brand for Nintendo. The 3DS has sought them out of really hard times during Wii U. Remember how awful the Wii U was dragging that company down, and then the 3DS really holding that ship together, plugging all the holes. The 3DS still sells today. Remember, they sold, I think they announced over 7 million units worldwide. Last year it also saw a significant increase in software sales, with Pokemon Sun and Moon doing gangbusters for that year, being one of the top games of the year sales wise. So again, they see the 3DS and they go, well, we're still making profit on it, and a large amount of profit. When you see a 7% increase in software sales, that's fucking excellent. If you're 6+ years into a console's life, that's fantastic actually. So when they see those numbers, they're just like, okay, so if you have the ability of making a console for cheap and to make a lot of money off of it, why not? So that is what the 2DS for mainly is. It is that little piece of cheaper tech that they're able to push out there for cheap to make it easy and to make it affordable for them and the consumer. We also have to think about what Nintendo's plan is for the long term. Again, 3DS still being successful, though the Switch is doing fantastic. Take a look at it like this. The Switch has 2.7 million users in their user base. The 3DS has 62 million people in their user base. It just makes sense that Nintendo continues to sell and make content for the 3DS while building and incubating the Switch. Nintendo wants to see the Switch grow this year before they really make that ultimate plan of ditching the 3DS. Yes, the Switch is selling great right now. So was the Wii U back in the day. But they want to see how it's going to do up against the PlayStation and the Xbox brands at their strongest this holiday season. And if Nintendo does great, then you will start seeing that decline in 3DS games. But I also do still see that decline in 3DS games still at this very moment. We finally got the first big 3DS game this year, which is Fire Emblem's remake. And we're going to get another Fire Emblem's Warrior-like game down the line, and a small Pikmin game and a small downloadable Kirby game. So we already see kind of the software end of it kind of start being phased out, and the Switch starting to make a rise in being the platform that Nintendo will support later down the road, but you just have to give it time. I understand, like, we're all excited, we all want this to succeed, but we also have to think of this last thing right here is the 2DS XL is not meant for us. It's meant for the new gamer. It's meant for the people who are just getting into the 3DS or want to check it out. It's meant for kids. It's meant for the 4, 5, 6, 7-year-old out there that the parents are concerned for the child's eyesight, so they don't want to give them that 3DS screen, and they want to introduce them to not just the Nintendo scene of gaming, but gaming itself. And that's the most important thing, is the 3DS is branded towards kids. As much as I love the 3DS, it's one of my favorite Nintendo consoles, probably my second favorite, right behind the N64. I know what the 3DS is targeted for. It is targeted for kids, and that 2DS XL, that's targeted for the bigger kids up there, the 7, 8-year-olds out there. I understand what Nintendo is trying to do. If they have the ability of making their console cheaper and cheaper, they'll do it. Just like you see PlayStation do it with the PS4 Slim, just like you see Xbox do it with the Xbox One S. This is just take it as the same exact thing. Nintendo even did this with the Wii back in the day with the black and red ugly box towards the end of its lifespan. So, again, that was to make the Wii cheap as hell and as cheap as possible. So that's what this is for. This is for kids. This is for making as much money on the 3DS as they can with this new console. So with all that said and all that out of the way, I want to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you think this is the dumbest decision Nintendo has ever done? Do you think this is an okay decision? Do you think, just like me, live and let live, it's out there, people will buy it if they'll buy it? Or do you think this is a wonderful decision? Let me know in the comment section down below. It helps me out, shows me that you care. Also, that's what I should have said before I said it shows me that you care, but my brain, it's mush. Sharing is caring. Subscribe. It really shows that you really love the content. We've been just doing gangbusters with the subscribers here, and it makes me so proud of the content that I'm doing for you guys. Thank you so much. It doesn't go unnoticed, and I love you guys. So with all that said and all that out of the way, everybody keep your wits about you, and have a nice one.